Good morning, YouTubers, fellow fans of tabletop sports. I am Tenacious Earl, and I'm back here for another History Maker golf tournament using fictional cards, fictional players, the Eversport Outdoor Carolina Open from Avian Wood Country Club in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is modeled after Quail Hollow, which has been a major course on occasion and is a relatively difficult course for kind of like a regular old track, because they play a tournament here every year on the PGA. And it definitely has its difficulties, as we will see here, especially in the final three holes, which really stack up to be kind of like a beast of a stretch. Some course, you get 15 here. We're going to see. Actually, we aren't going to see any of this first group. We're going to just do the out of contention stuff. I'm going to play that all out here on the channel because what else is there to do? But our leaderboard, Kenji Morita, a chance for a new winner on tour. He is yet to win a tournament, but he is looking good with a 2-shot lead. The Japanese player over American Justin Wallace. He's at -10. Then you've got the Belgian newcomer Alain Zelderloo and Todd Ahrens, former major winner. They're both at -9. Then Su Cheng Chen, who has been in the zone, which that means he's going to get a blue chip after every hole. So he has something going in his favor, but he's also not really cashed in on it. He's won over on his round. And will be looking to try and streak in, as he will be playing the 13th. And then he's tied with Jason Ollinger, another newcomer, American. And then David Alvestad, the Swede. He's at -7. So you got that group of guys mostly within 6 shots of the lead. So that's what we'll see most of. We'll do out of contention for the rest. And hopefully everything is loud and clear. Hi, Larry. You're welcome to confirm that the sound is good and everything is coming through according to plan. And we're just going to get going here with out of contention, because we've got this group here. They're all out of contention. That group is Peter Ladas, South African, and Ernest Kamalo, his countryman. Both of those guys are well behind Ladas, 5 over on his round. And then also Gail Honorado, a guy who has often been in contention, but in this round he just he had a good start. He was 2 under after the front 9, but then and got another birdie, but then double bogeyed 13, and that kind of like has left him in the back. So basically looking from behind. So let's roll. Our leader is 2 under par, so that gives us 1 roll, and that roll is a 25, so no emerging contender today. That means we will just keep going with what we have here, and we'll start the 15th with well, it's going to be this group of Ladas, Kamalo, and Honorado, and this is a double cordial hole, so at least 1 and probably 2 of these guys will birdie it. I'm just going to go ahead and roll on the chart itself. And so we get the white, which would be the player who should tee off first, which is Kamalo, with a 3 and a no. That's a par. And the other 2 get birdies. Little fruit fly here in the room, and it's bugging the you know what out of me. Okay, so to 14, so 14, I played this a couple days ago, the 14th, with that first group. So I'm trying to remember. So it's actually a pretty easy hole. You've got this 14 and 15 that are a stretch that you could actually score on. Ollinger will be the first to play, who is 4 behind. It's a short par 4, 345 yards. So this is like a, you know, maybe a 5-wood for Bryson DeChambeau, I would imagine, or maybe even a fairway, you know, like a long iron or something. But it's listed as cordial. It's semi-direct, which means you could drive it. Even an average golfer could drive it part of the time. If he gets a good bounce, good roll, hits it in the right spot in the fairway. Pretty easy green. We do have water in play. And it'll be Ollinger going first. He's got some chips to use, but he's not going to use them here. And he gets a 2.56 on the par 4 chart. Checks if he's a legend, and he's not. So it's going to be a short game check. And let me see. Can you see the green 5 and white 2? I'm hoping you can. Yes. Okay, good. So I'm trying to get the light good so we get the view but not too much shine. So anyway, short game into 5. Is he soft? No. So it's going to be a moderate par putt. So he's just going to have to escape with a par here, and he gets it. I don't have the chart on the screen today for putting. You just have to trust me. That's a 1 to 5 on a moderate par. So now Todd Ahrens, well, it's going to be the out of contention Magallanes. He did not have such a good round today. 1 over par and is just out of contention. He's going to bogey. Let's see. Well, we need to roll the decider die to see if that 6 is a bogey. And it is. So, back-to-back bogeys for Magallanes. And now, Todd Ahrens, I think he won the Tenacious Championship. I think that was the tournament that he was in. And he gets a roll on the white 5, which is the only course control white roll. So 46 means if he's a legend, which he is, okay, he's going to get to use Golf Cam Course. That's a gift for him. He should have a chance at a birdie here otherwise. So daunting. It's not daunting. So yeah, clutch birdie putt. 1 to 3, and Ahrens would join Wallace at -10, 2 behind. It's rolling, and it is in the hole. So the neutral clutch putter makes the putt, and Ahrens joins Wallace in second place, lurking behind Kenji Morita. All right, let me put it back up to my comments, just so if anybody wants to chime in, then go ahead and chime. All right, back to par 3, 13th for the next group. And we also have Dwayne Bradshaw, a custom card, which he had a rather tumultuous front 9, an out 40. So he's out of contention, and so he will do we'll do the out of contention stuff for him. But this is a par 3. I feel like a 210-yard par 3 anymore is kind of like moderate distance. I feel like anything under 180 is short. It's just, with the way these guys play today, you almost have to make par 3s 200 yards if you want them to average around par. But anyway, this is a little bit tougher, so it's semi-daunting. Distance, devilish slope of the green makes shot placement, putting extremely tough. And our first player will be Alain Zelderloo from Brussels, Belgium. And he is going to go ahead and roll. He only has 1 chip, so he's got to go for it here. 12, he finds the rough green side on the par 3, and then a 3. Is he a workman? No. So it'll be a gimme par putt. We can roll all 3 of these D6s, and as long as one of them is not a 6, he will par. That's the gimme roll. So Wallace and Ahrens charging here to catch Morita would kind of get Larry Rice in the he would be getting out and cutting the onions on that, I guess. Now Su Cheng Chen, how many chips does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4. He's champion and soft, which are both pretty good par 3 attributes, but there's no water on this one, so you want to pick your poison here. There are tougher holes later. We're going to go ahead and, even though he's in the zone, so he gets a blue chip after every hole. Let's just see how he does here. And there he gets the Well, see, I have trouble on a blue chip par. That's another one that this is a tough decision. Do you give him the blue chip for the par, the patient par, and then you also give him a blue chip because he's in the zone? I think we have to just give him one, because it ends up being too powerful if you're over. Like if he were to get a good drive, and this is something I've consulted with Larry on. He's also playing a fictional tour, trying to get this right. Yeah, the old onion bag, right? Oh wait, no, that's in soccer. That's what's his face? Tommy Smythe. He's a or Smith maybe. He's a Scottish guy. He'll say he put the ball in the old onion bag, but a basketball net kind of looks like an onion bag too. So Bradshaw, and I don't know, Raftery's comment about onion, that could actually just have to do with, tearing up. I don't know. Could be. So semi-daunting for Bradshaw. That'll be a par. I think with Su Sheng, we're going to just keep it that way and not add another blue chip onto him. So now another tough hole. But I kind of like holes like this where you've only got 3 degrees of course difficulty at this 12th. So you do have a chance to go off the golfer's card. It's, like 33% of that. You get a 16% chance of the patient par. And then you get these other 3, which make it pretty tough, because not only do you have semi-daunting, you have the triangle, which adds to the putting difficulty. And it's a narrow hole on the dry with trees crowding the fairway and a severely sloping green, which pretty much is the reason why there's a triangle, because it means that each putt is a little tougher. So, oh, I see. So the onions with Raftery is like a kick in the onions. I see. Or getting somebody maybe is trying to save a ball out of bounds and they throw it back and it hits somebody in the nether regions. Okay, so Morita has the honor here, and he's going to go. He doesn't have enough chips to try and take control of this. But again, a 1 or a 2 would get him control, and he doesn't get that. But he ends up with a 15. So 15 on this one. Golf Cam course, that's not necessarily a good thing here, unless your dot isn't showing, and it isn't. So daunting, it's not. So he's going to end up with a clutch birdie putt to extend it to a 3-shot lead. And what I've been doing with Morita, because he's in the lead, is I will take the blue chip and play it. That'll take him from neutral to gold, 1 to 5, and he makes it. So that's a birdie. I feel like when you're in the lead, you're going to try and hold serve and give yourself the bet. Because if you miss that, you're going to lose the chip anyway. So he makes it, and he goes to minus 13. A 3-shot lead now. And now Wallace. And he's got to make a clutch par to save or to keep a blue chip, or to get a blue chip here, because of the extra 6s, and he does make it. He's neutral, so he will get a par, and he's got some stuff to use later on the tougher holes. Once we get past 15, then we really got to have these blue chips come to roost. Okay, Alvestad, and what they're hoping is that Morita falls apart by then, maybe, or during that stretch. So unless he can accumulate some chips. So it's going to be 46 in the trees. That's that narrow fairway. And on the tee shot, and then the 4 is going to be Workman, and Alvestad is not. So that'll be a moderate second putt for par, which will be made difficult because of the triangle. 1 to 3. Oh, and he misses it. So Alvestad is going to drop a shot. He'll move to minus 6 as long as he can make the moderate bogey, and he does. Yeah, I think Morita definitely has that, somewhere between vomit and bile. Maybe vile. Is that what? Maybe that's what it should be called. All right. Or bomb it, I guess would be the other thing. Bomb it is what DeChambeau tries to do on every hole. And usually all he does is bomb it with his mouth. Nah, we love Bryson DeChambeau on Tenacious Sports. He's a hell of a specimen as far as a golfer goes. There are some aspects of his game that are, I don't know, for some reason you went from John Daly, who I felt like was kind of lovable in his early years, and when he won a major at, that might have been Crooked Stick. It could have been Valhalla, though. One or the other. Like, him winning that was great. He was kind of like this big oaf, and he just could pound it a mile, and you could get behind him, and I don't know. He did not look like a guy who was, doing every substance he could in order to get bigger. He just looked like he was doing, well, he might have been doing substances. It wasn't like while pumping iron or anything like that. It wasn't, it wasn't to grow muscle mass. It was more to grow probably liver damage. But but you have DeChambeau, who just doesn't necessarily come off the same. So this is 16's a par 4, and we're just going to do this out of contention roll. It's a semi-daunting, so it's pretty tough, and we're going to get a par for, so we have to use the decider die on this for our golfer with honors, which would be Honorado. He's going to par it, and then the other guys will as well. And, if you like Bryson DeChambeau, then by all means, have fun with that. Okay, back to the easy 15th, the par 5. It's not really many eagle chances on this, but 577, so it's long. There is some water that you've got to watch out for. Todd Ahrens, 3 back, really needs a birdie here to give himself the best chance of putting up a score and trying to get this thing in at maybe minus 11 or even minus 10, because there's some tough holes coming up. Just got to survive. 336. Is Aaron's hot? Well, he's gone bogey birdie, so I don't think that will qualify hot. I think if he went par birdie, that would be the case. Gilded, he's not gilded, and he's not dynamic. He was able to erase a trait due to a special result, so we took away his semi-prospect, but that doesn't really help him. So it goes to experience. This will help him because he's not a prospect. He got to remove the semi-prospect. So 3 asks that it's going to be an easy birdie putt. So here he has a chance, and because he only has 1 chip, he's going to go ahead and burn it now. That makes it gimme, and he holes it out for a birdie. And he goes to minus 11 into second place, lurking 2 behind. Okay, so Larry thinks that Bryson had a little character rehabilitation because of the Ryder Cup. So I'll give him that he's, these guys just you have such a drive for success that it's kind of easy to come off as arrogant or jealous of your fellow players or something like that. So Ollinger is going to get a double cordial birdie. Doesn't earn a blue chip for that, but going to get to minus 9. Maybe a little too late for him, unless he does have some chips there to spend, so maybe he can sneak a birdie on one of these closing holes if he's lucky here. And let's roll out our out of contention Magallanes. And they'll birdie that one. So everybody birdies 15 in this group. I have lost. Oh, there we go. Somehow my responsiveness to Google Sheets kind of went away. So hopefully I'm still broadcasting. It's possible I'm not. I assume I will hear something if I'm not. Anyway. And if I am, I hope you are going to tell me. So I don't keep... I mean, I have the live going there on the screen. I can see it moving around. So I think we're okay. All right, so Zelderloo is going to play this easy 14th. So they, they love it when they get to this stretch. They have a couple of respites here until they hit 16, and then so 266. Zelderloo, is he a king or shaper? No, he's a legend and a semi-bomber, so that doesn't help. Is he champion? Yes. Okay, so he'll get a birdie putt here. And what is he at? He's at -9. He can get the -10 with a birdie. He's going to hold on to the chip. He needs a 1 to 4, and it's a 6. He misses it. So give me par. And Zelderloo would love to get his first victory, but he's also looking at a top 10 finish here if he just keeps it together. Okay, Chen really needs to get going here. He can't afford to par this, really. 126, direct green, semi-direct, no dot. He had a chance at an eagle, but it got ixnayed by the decider die. And then is he stone? No. So it's mood. Oh, and he's going to get green 6. He has not had much help with any of these like auxiliary charts, and he's not going to get it here. It's going to ask if he's sunny, and he has no mood, so he's going to need a difficult par putt, and he really just needs to make this. And 1 to 3, it's a 4, so he's going to end up stormy. He had to chance it there. I mean, he really needs to hang on to the chips for the end. So now it is an easy. Let me make sure. So that was difficult. So he needs a moderate bogey now. Now this would be insult to injury if he ends it with a 6, and he doesn't. So that's good. But a bogey for Chen, and he cannot take advantage of this being in the zone. Somehow, you would think being in the zone would be helpful, but you need to get the. Oh boy, this cascade of chips is cascading. A bogey on this par 4 is not the way to win, and he's probably not going to get his second tournament as he drops to -7. He's 6 back. And now we'll do this cordial out of contention, and that's a birdie for Bradshaw. All right, back to 13. Kenji Morita, your leader. Love to get a par here and just walk to 14. It's an easy hole, but it's going to be sand in 1 with a green 5, so he's going to have to work to get up and down out of this. He is semi-sandy, does not have the dot, so it's a difficult putt for par. So he has a 50% chance of making this 10-footer for par. Can he make it? And he misses, so that's going to be now 86% chance here to make bogey. And he does. But that's going to bring him back to within 1. Todd Aaron's within 1 now, and Wallace now back to within 2 without even playing. Now he's going to get to play this 13th and maybe make it a 2-shot swing. Let's see. 25, Golf Cam course. The decider die is not going to be helpful here. Is it daunting? Yes. That leaves him a double difficult putt for par. He's just going to have to take his medicine here, lag it up, and then make the easy bogey, and he does. But see, sometimes in this game, you just kind of have to take your lumps. Could have taken control of this, but do you want to take it here or do you want to take it somewhere else? This wouldn't be a bad one to take control of. I think Alvestad's going to try. He is laser, like if you got laser, it might be worth it. And so he's got control with only the one chip, since it's semi-daunting. 2, 3, 4. Is he dynamic? No. Go to experience. He is icon, so he'll have an easy birdie putt here. And he's running out. He's running out of holes. He's going to make it gimme, and he does make it. So a birdie for Alvestad at the 13th. So he's at least within reach. He's 4 back, but still kind of running out of time here. He does have a stretch where if he could birdie 14 and 15, that would at least get him into the general vicinity. All right, to 17, and we're gonna. So this is full daunting, par 3, 221 yards. So another long. Although, like I said before, it's kind of like, I think above 220 you can call long. So it's going to be these guys that are out of contention. Let's just roll it. It's full daunting. So that's a par. And there's a birdie for the second one. So the par goes to Honorado. The birdie goes to Ladas. And the bogey goes to Kamalo. Okay, 16. So you've got Aaron's here within 1. Tough hole. Doesn't have anything to help him out here to get control. Just has to play it through. And a 12, he's, let's see, decide or die. Bullet ball stays dry. It is not, so that's water. And Aaron's loses it to the left, and it goes into the pond. So that is going to put a damper on the day here. That is a second shot in the pond. 6. Cordial, no. Moderate bogey putt. Just needs a 1 to 5 here, and and he misses that. Easy double, and he almost, it's the green and the black every time, and that's a double bogey for Aaron's, and that's going to make Marita breathe a little easier when he hears that down, back on the course when the scoreboard gets changed, and he sees it's Wallace and Zelderloo 3 back. So here's Ollinger, but you can see how quickly this can change. This is a difficult course, and Marita is by no means out of the woods yet. No pun intended. Golf cam course, green 1. Is it cordial? No. Is he laser? No. So no, it's going to be a clutch putt for par. He's semi-gold, and he holes it out. So a par for Ollinger. One of these guys is going to set a score about -9 or -10, and it's going to probably look relatively decent here as we're coming in with these leaders. Okay, and then semi-daunting, that's a par for Magallanes. Yeah, Larry and his Aaron's affiliation take a little bit of a shot to the bow there. Okay, and we got a birdie for Bradshaw. Everybody out of contention birdies as soon as they're out of contention, it seems like. So he's now within 6. How about that? Zelderloo is next. Still not out. He's only 3 back. He's right there. If he can just get a couple of good holes here. 1-3-3. Yeoman, puny, no. Hero, yes. Okay, he'll get another blue chip. We'll go to, oh boy, and he's got a green 1. He is a champion. It's a gimme birdie, so he doesn't even have to use the blue chip to get a birdie here as long as he doesn't get 6s. That's a birdie for Zelderloo, and he is at -10, so another potential first-time winner here. And somehow we have did I mess something up? Did I mess something up with Ollinger? Did he birdie? I feel like he didn't birdie that. I'm trying to remember the sequence for Ollinger. Golf cam course, right? Cordial or laser? I think he should have parred that. I think that's my mistake. I think I was at par. He should still be at -9. I'm pretty sure. Because I would have made a mental note of him getting a birdie on 16. That's a tough hole. He was semi-gold, and he needed that clutch putt for par, I'm pretty sure. So here's Chen in the zone. He's going to have to use... Oh, and he gets a... Well, oh, he needs a clutch. He needs a clutch putt for that birdie. And knowing his luck, he ain't going to get it. But he needs a 1-4. Let's see, he's -7. Okay, he's going to spend a blue chip here. 1-5. And he gets a 6. Oh, goodness. All right. Easy par that he almost misses. He gets another blue chip, but man, Chen is not going to take advantage of the end of the zone for his second tournament victory. That's shocking. I thought this was going to be him coming down to the end, challenging Morita, but instead, he just can't get anything going. Here's Alvestad. This guy has holes and is only 4 back. Can he get a good roll here? Okay, golf cam course on a cordial hole gets him a birdie chance. 3. Yeah, clutch putt for birdie. He really needs to make this and get the blue chip out of it. 1-3. And he does make it. So Alvestad with a birdie and a blue chip. And he's to -9 as well. So there's another guy that is yet to win. Can he put it together? We got an interesting finish coming here. Morita now. I think we do. It seems like Morita is starting to feel the pressure. What's he going to do here? 1-3-4. Is that the direct roll? It is, and he's got a dot. This is direct. This is a moderate eagle putt. He doesn't have any chips, but if he rolls a 1 or 2 here, he's going to extend it to 4 shots. This would be the dream roll for Morita. If he can get it 1 or 2, no, it's a 3. So there is an easy birdie. Chance at a 3 putt here if he can't get the 1-4. Oh, and he doesn't. I do not like this mechanism. I will. There are a few things I will crab about with History Maker Golf, but the one that probably irritate, we talk about like the polite applause. I think the tournament rating is a little too influential in tournaments, but I'll tell you what, I barely can get over the fact that you just miss with a 3, a moderate eagle putt, and then you still end up having to get a 66% chance at birdie. It just doesn't feel right, and I think you should, on any second putt, I feel like it should go more than that, but that's just me. So he pars, and he's going to stay 2 behind. It's just it's draconian, and it doesn't I guess the numbers must work, but it just feels a little. So here's Wallace, who is 3 behind. It just doesn't feel quite natural for the way that the game itself plays. Like, it basically means I'm taking maybe a 30-foot eagle putt and I'm leaving a 10-foot birdie putt, right? I mean, it just. Yeah. Anyway, well, that's one of my pet peeves, and it only comes up when they miss it. But I really feel like, so here's what I would suggest is, like, any easy follow-up putt should be 6-6 miss. Just the way it is. If they hit sixes, okay, fine, whatever, good. And he might have hit sixes there. I only rolled 1 die. So here's 56. Golf cam course and a green 6 on a par 4. Is it daunting? No. So he has a clutch birdie putt. This would put him within 2, 1-3, and he does make it. So another chip for Wallace. And all right, I'll get off my soapbox as we've got a tourney here. 3 guys. Actually, I would say 6 guys in contention here. So, I mean, so Larry's talking about house ruling. I mean, I just don't feel like there needs to be there. I don't feel like there should be the need to house rule something like that. I just think it needs to be changed at some point. It's just constructive criticism. I mean, maybe I should. I mean, I just. Probably the trouble is it probably works for the numbers. Like if you have a computer simulation which plugs in all of the various attributes and such, it probably works out that needs to be like that. Just then you need to find a way to kind of like take away a little bit of birdie somewhere else. Because I want a guy who has a putt at eagle to birdie the whole, like, 90-some% of the time. Like, it shouldn't be like 66% of the time he birdies it. That just doesn't make sense. All right, well, let's finish off here. 18 is a tough hole. Let's just roll out here on these guys out of contention. We'll talk about it in a bit. They all get pars, though, all this final group. And so that's that. We don't have to talk about them anymore, hey? Let's just slide them off the screen here. And again, it's not to be, I get irritated because I feel like it could potentially cost somebody something, but we'll see. We'll see. It's a hard done result there, and he may have rolled 6-6, and then but at least it would then feel like, oh, he just choked instead of, oh, well, I don't know. So let's see. We are to 17, and we've got Ollinger with a bunch of chips here. He is 3 behind, and he's going to have to use them. So he's going to take control on this hole. This is always tough because you're in a place where you have like semi-challenging green here. 221 yards. It's a peninsula hole. You have to carry it 200 yards over the water. Water, in the vicinity of the water, it's really tough. But Ollinger's going to take control of this. 3-5-6, and this sounds like a short game check to me. But let's see. 3-5-6. Is he champion? Oh, he missed the champion shot. But he gets a reprieve as it goes instead to right now, and right now it's a 3. Is he cold? He isn't. So he's gonna have an easy birdie putt. Can he get to -10 here? He needs a 1-4, and he misses that. So that's going to be a great opportunity squandered. Now a gimme par putt. He'll make that. That's a shame. That is a shame. So close. Okay, Magallanes. That's a Let's see. Full daunting. That's a par. Now Todd Ahrens. He doesn't have any help here. 13, golf cam course. On a daunting hole, that's usually a bogey, but let's see. Par 3. Green 6. Is it daunting? Yes. Double difficult putt for par. He's got to lag it, so he is going backwards. Double difficult par. Easy bogey. Oh, the black guy comes along and gives the green the bump. Now gimme double. Oh, he almost missed that. Todd Ahrens with the yips, and he is sinking like a Gordon Lightfoot song. Okay, Bradshaw. Let's do Bradshaw here. He's gonna get a 1 and a dot here. You know that. Semi-daunting. It's gonna be 1 dot. 3 dot. Well, par. Okay, so Zelderloo, another guy with a chance. So he's got to pick his poison here. He's gonna use that on the par 3, I think. Those chips. 13. He avoids the water. That's trees and 2. We're getting a lot of left-sided rolls here. That 1 is coming up here quite a bit. So 13 is trees and 2, green 3. Workman no, so it'll be a gimme par. He'll take that. And he gets his par, so he will remain at -10. Now Sushang, he's going to use chips. And that's important. He can't use any more on this hole. So, but he has control. At least it's not a challenging green. The 4, 5, 6 comes up. That's a green check. At least the decider die gave him a little break there. Par 4. Friendly. Oh, this is one of those that's flipped. Friendly or laser. No, it's neither of those. He needs a clutch par putt. Man, he has not. He does get the par. He has not had it go his way here today. 15. Okay, so here's a chance for Alvestad. He is on a roll, and if he could find a way into an eagle here, he would be right there. A birdie would make him pretty happy as well. Oh, he gets a white 5 and then a 45. He almost finds water, but instead he's going to go trees in 1, and he's going to be scrambling to even have a chance at birdie here. So 6, is he master? No. Easy putt for par, and that is killer. Easy hole, and the hole takes over, hits a bad bounce or something, and has to settle for a par. His chances go by the wayside. Now Wallace, how many chips does Wallace have here? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He could use a chip here if he wanted to, really, to try and better a putt if he can get it. Double cordial, he'll take his birdie. And he will be within 1 now of Merida. And Merida going to be looking for his own birdie here. He doesn't have chips he can use. 3 is going to be 1, 2, 2. Golfer control. He's not a duffer. He's not utility. And he's not a hacker. So a moderate birdie putt. He needs a 1 or a 2 here to regain the 2-shot lead, and he misses it. So now an easy par. He holds that out, and they'll go to 16 with Merida 1 ahead of Wallace. Wallace looking for another victory. So just I need to get something up here so I can I have like I have a history database or spreadsheet, and let's see. Career wins. Just making sure. Wallace only has one victory on the tour. So it's kind of primary at the moment, is can Wallace get his second, or will Merida get his first? As we're coming down into the final stretch here, and this is an extremely tough stretch. And it's going to be Jason Ollinger. If he could get a birdie here, he could at least set the mark at -10, and he's going to have to use both chips to take control of it. So he will. Oh, and it's a special result. All sixes. So what would he be hoping for here? Probably an 11. If he could roll an 11 here, that would get him to 11 under par and in the clubhouse. That would mean holing it out on the 18th here. So let's see. Oh, I saw another one there. So 15, par 4. Failed sand wedge, rolls back into the bunker. Second wedge on the green, leaves difficult bogey. Stormy the rest of the round. Well, all right, he needs a difficult bogey. That's the end of his. He makes that, but he's going to drop a shot. -8 is his finishing score, and that's too bad. He took a chance on it and just found the bunker when he was trying to stare down the pin. So, too bad. Okay, Aaron's is on a free fall, so we got to go with Magallanes first. He'll par it. And now Aaron's just trying to pick up his intestines as they're laying on the ground. He's been gutted. It'll be 15, golf cam course, daunting hole. That's never a good outcome. Cordial or laser? He is laser. Okay, he'll have a birdie chance here, so maybe a little bit of moral victory if he can get a 1-3. So the red chip easy goes to moderate. We can use that on the final hole. So a moderate bogey putt. And he goes 5 over on the last 3 holes, and Aaron's finishes tied with Bradshaw at -6. Well, Bradshaw's still out on the course, so we'll see how that works out. So Marida's still ahead by 1, as now we are down to 6 golfers left playing. Tough break there for Ollinger. He should still end up top 5 with that, even with the bogey on 18. And you never know. We're seeing these guys drop pretty quickly, but so it'll be Bradshaw here at the daunting hole. That's a par. Okay, Alain Zelderloo, 2 back. He has 2 chips. He's champion hero laser. I feel like, and water. He's going to play these here, take control of it, and hope that like he is a really good iron player. Can that get him into a birdie to be within 1? 1, 3, 4. I don't know if that'll do it or not. Let's see. Is he a hacker? No. We go to right now. 4 is going to ask if he's hot, and then he is semi-hot, and that's gonna, the decider die is going to rule that out. So it's going to lead to a double difficult birdie putt. And Zelderloo, part of me would like to try and have him make it, because he would like his first victory, but what might be more important is for him to cement his place in the tour standing. So he's going to lag it. And so there is his double difficult birdie, now an easy par. There's the snake eyes he needed on the first roll. So he'll par it. But he's spent his blue chips, and now he's going to have to go to 18 and hope he gets a favorable roll. Okay, so Chen, he has too many chips here, actually, but so he's going to just take control of this. I should have used a chip or two earlier on. So Chen, the rolls haven't been going his way. 2, 3, 5 is going to lead to champion. Yes, okay, he gets an easy birdie here. We can't use a blue chip. And he does make this one. So Chen to -8, too little too late. Looks like he's going to play the final 3 holes relatively well, but just not close enough. Okay, so Wallace, he's going to have to, he has 5 chips. He's going to have to play, I think, this one the way it is. 22. Okay, rough and 1 and a green. Oh boy. Well, that he will get a chance to use one of these chips to better himself. Let's see. So rough and 1 on the 22, par 4. Green 6. Is he a master? No. Double difficult putt for par. Well, he is going to use a blue chip here to make it difficult, and he needs a 1 to 3. And he gets the 6 again. So that's going to be a moderate bogey putt. Okay, so he's dropping to -10, 2 back. He's going to have to hope Merida also struggles here, which is possible. It'll be Alvestad next. He has how many chips? 3. He has Hero and Laser. We might use those on 17. Let's see. He could better a putt here. 44, sand and 2. Green 2. Sandy? No. Okay, easy par putt. He'll take that. He'll hole that out, and he'll remain at -9. So survival at least on one of these holes till he can. What you want to be able to do is to take control on one or both of 17 and 18. So Merida, he can't do any of that. So 56, rough and 1 with a green 6, and that's a bad roll. This is going to be tough. If it was bunker, it'd be easier, but because it's rough, because he's sandy, he's not master. So rough in 1 on 56, green 6. Is he a master? No. Double difficult putt for par. He's going to have to lag that. And he's going to drop to within 1 as long as he can make... Oh, boy. Oh, so there's 6-6 without a dot. So if it was a dot... So let's take a look at this. Let's see. Oh, it's up here. So I have my little house rule lag rule card right here. 6-6 and no dot leaves a moderate putt from a double difficult. So he's going to have a moderate putt left. He needs to make 1 to 5 to not double this. And he does. So a bogey, and he still maintains a 1-shot lead with 17 and 18 left to play. So some drama coming here for sure. As we get down to the final 2 holes. All right, we will go with Zelderloo first. You got 5 degrees of course difficulty on 18. It's 493 yards, so that's like, what, 18 yards more than what kind of the guide is for what a par 4. It's like they say 475 or greater is usually par 5. So the narrative on this, one of the toughest finishing holes on the tour, a narrow fairway with a creek running the entire length, leading to a severely sloped green. If you need a birdie to win, good luck. Well, Zelderloo, a birdie would be great. He'd like a par. So he's hoping for white 6. And look at that, he gets it. We will give him a chip, and he will take his par. No sense in tempting fate and attacking the green here. We're just going to go ahead and take the par. He gets in. These other guys have to play. And that's... Oh, shoot. It should have been 10 first, but he would have taken control. I'm just going to play it this way. That's fine. We're just going to play it the way... We're just going to say we played it out of order, unfortunately. So, Zelderloo gets his par. And we're going to roll on 10. He takes control. Let me see. What am I doing here? He takes control. 3-3-4. So he avoids the special caution symbol there. Yeoman, no. Champion, yes. Okay, he'll have an easy birdie putt. So 10... Going to bring it in at -9. He can't use that chip as long as he birdies, and he does. So back-to-back birdies for Chen, but too little too late for him. Okay. And then Bradshaw, he's going to finish out 18. Yeah, it's got a bogey. So the trouble is I should have played Chen first, but you know, out of necessity we'll just do it the way we did it, and it will be okay. Alright, so Alvestad on the par 3 17th, and he is okay, he's gonna play his... He's going to take his chances here. He's going to better a putt if he can just find a way into something here. Let's see. 34. Sand in 1 with a green 5. Because the other one has the exclamation mark, the caution symbol. So 34 is sand in 1, just in front of the green. Gets it over the water just by a hair. Sand in 1, green 5. Sandy, no. Difficult putt for par. He's going to use a chip to make it moderate, and he'll still have 2 left for 18. So he just has to avoid that 16%. Bogeys. These dice are some of the most ridiculous things I've ever had. I don't understand it. Wallace, he's going to take control of this. Three, 4. He is a champion. He'll have an easy birdie putt, and he has to hole this out on a 1-4 to tie with Merida, his playing partner, and it's in, so he gets a good roll, and he's going to join Merida at -11. My disgust for the bogey for Alvestad is just overcoming me. So Merida now looking for a par. And he's, let's see, decide or die bullet. Oh, he gets away with it. 35, water in 1, but there's an asterisk. The asterisk says if it's a bullet, he clears the water and ends up on the green. So he's going to end up with a golf cam green view with a green 6 on a par 3. Friendly or laser? Well, we've got to do some more work here. So it's not friendly. Green isn't friendly, but he is semi-laser. Does he get laser here? Can he get the laser? He does. He'll have a clutch birdie putt. 1-3, and he would regain the lead with 1 stroke to spare and 1 hole left to play. 1-3. It's in the hole. That's where Alvestad's went. So he's going to get a blue chip. He's going to birdie it, and he's got a 1-shot lead going into 18. And it's going to come down to this hole, and again, it's Wallace. He'll have the tee, and he's got the chips to take control. Can Morita survive this? He gets a birdie when he doesn't have chips to take control of it. So here's Wallace. I mean, Morita on that one has probably the luckiest roll that he could get on the one where it can check his laser quality. So here's Wallace, 18. He is taking control, 2-3-6. Is he a duffer? No. So he ends up short game with a green 6. Uh-oh. He's not stone. He has a difficult putt for par. 1-3. Moderate bogey. He makes that, but that is going to open the door for Morita if he can a bogey or better and he wins. We'll play Alvestad last. Try to play it in order here. So here's Morita. He only has 1 chip. A white 6 wins it, and we'll see what happens otherwise. Kenji Morita is your winner. He gets the par, and that will be it. That's the deal. He is your winner. Alvestad's going to play. He'll take control of this. Let's get rid of the white die. 2-4-4, par 4. King dynamic, nope. Not utility. Golf cam green. It's challenging. For friendly, it's a clutch bogey putt. Misses that. Moderate follow up. Double bogey, right? That was yeah. So Alvestad can't pull it through. He does end up tied for 6th, but that is not a playoff. That is a victory, and Elaine Zelderloo and Justin Wallace will finish tied for 2nd at -10. I'm not sure why. What? Yeah. I see. I'm not 100% paying attention to the comments as we go here, so I can't tell if some comment. Yeah, I thought there might be a playoff, as Morita making birdie on 17 is it was a game changer. Like, I don't know. And in some regards, the dice have been cold for some guys, but then Morita, needs a white 6 and he gets it. It's I don't know. I'm just dropping the dice into the tray, and then they go. So yeah, I don't know. So that's that. Just a second here. Okay, so hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend. Been feeling like I've been running with like a chicken with my head cut off lately. Been slightly injured. I've been trying to do some running and such, and I kind of got myself where my knee was bothering me a bit. So, there's that. it's I mean, I see 3 viewers here. Feel free to comment. I'm going to hang out here for a couple more minutes. It is not quite noon here on the East Coast, so you know, there's kind of want to watch. There's a hockey game at maybe 1 o'clock. I wouldn't mind seeing. The Sabres are playing. Somehow they have started the season 1-0, which without Jack Eichel seems almost unfathomable. But I don't know. In some regards, I don't know. They seem to play better without him. So part of it is that their coach, that the interim coach, was made permanent. And the interim coach last year had a pretty good effect on the team for the most part. So, but just a lot of stuff going on here. I've reworked the tournament spreadsheet that I use for these tournaments, and so the first 3 rounds, showing them here on the channel using that spreadsheet. I'll probably do that with the next tournament or something like that. It should be a lot more seamless. Like it should flow a lot quicker, and we shouldn't take as long having to like move stuff around and you know, fart around with certain things. This is tournament 12. Thanks to Eversport Outdoor, your source for all things outdoor, for sponsoring this tournament and our coverage. You know, it's basically doubling the sponsorship money for any other tournament, so we really appreciate that. You know, what I was doing is at each 6 tournaments, I was doing sort of the reshuffle of the guys who came up, and it's similar to what's done on the PGA Tour. So the PGA Tour, they have their Korn Ferry promotees in a year. After a certain number of tournaments, they reseed those guys. So based on their finish in Korn Ferry, they get seeded to start the year, and it's like a priority. So the higher up, you know, they kind of like go down the priority list and invite players to play in tournaments. And if somebody up near the top says, I'm not playing in that tournament, then if you're like on the cut line of that priority list, you would then get invited, and you can decide if you're playing it or not. So at points in the year, they reshuffle so that the guys who have played the best get a chance to continue to play in more tournaments, and the guys who haven't finished well in the points lose their opportunity in some cases. Like they don't get asked as early. So we're at that point now. I have to go through and see how that's going to work out. So it may not be this next tournament. It might be the following one where I show you that, because there can be some headaches with updating. You know, there's some. I basically have to recreate my priority list, which feeds those spreadsheets, and all of those point to a certain sheet within a Google sheet or a certain tab, and it's like it needs to a new tab needs to be brought up. You know, it's yeah, it's a headache. But anyway, so and Larry says addition by subtraction with Eichel. You know, it's tough in sports. There's a lot of motivation factors to how somebody performs. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. You know, look at you know, one of the most famous cases that I can remember was like Alexander Daig. He may have been the first pick in the draft, and he just I don't think he ever really amounted to anything and in the hockey draft. And you know, you've got guys like Ryan Leaf. You know, it's just when met with. Now, the thing about Eichel is he's not necessarily failing to produce. His production individually is very good, but his ability to help his team produce results has not been what what you would hope for a pick in your top like 1 or 2. And so that's that's tough. I mean, let's take a look at the Jacksonville Jaguars right now in the NFL. Like Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I think he's looking. You could see glimmers. Look at Peyton Manning when he started with the Colts. Like, you could see glimmers of good, and it took Peyton a while to get to the point where he was producing championship caliber teams, and he would do that mostly on his own, right? But it takes time, and sometimes it takes time to build a team around them. But in a lot of ways, you are expecting an MVP caliber player to be able to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that their contribution to the team is so valuable that they are going to win, right? And I mean, you can make the same case with, you had like Taylor Hall and, even now Connor McDavid. I mean, you can't say that he has really helped his team get over the hump, but it's, there's lots of different motivation factors. You get money involved. How committed to the work that it takes. Even when you're a talented player, you're just going into a league where everybody's talented. And and in some ways there are talents that some players have in the NHL that counteract the talent that he has, right? Some players are really talented at grabbing a jersey, at using the stick in subtle ways that if a referee isn't willing to call it, then you basically neutralized a player. But that's talent. I mean, it's learning defensive skills. Some of those may not be exactly legal by the rules, but they are if the referee isn't willing to call 10 interference calls a game or whatever. So, a lot of the NHL has become where, if you're willing to play New Jersey Devils style defense, and when I'm saying New Jersey Devils, I'm saying, your Scott Stevens, Ken Danico style defense, where all you're doing is just like impeding progress, as opposed, or your Red Wings of old with their left wing lock, and there are systems that are meant to suppress talented players. Some players are able to get through it. Some players, like Sidney Crosby, will get the calls, right? That's a big part of it. If you're getting the calls, then those teams who are only there to win 1-0 and like get a power play goal because, or a shorthanded goal, but get a power play goal because eventually they're going to call a penalty on the other team. If it's like 6 one way and none the other, that's going to look pretty ugly, right? So the referees are eventually going to give you a power play, or 2 or 3. Anyway, and I mean that's. What am I to complain? That the Sabres in the late 90s had a lot of that. Those teams, they had Hasek, who was a brick wall, and then they had a bunch of guys who were just grinders, and you wouldn't. I mean, you wouldn't. I wouldn't want to slack Miroslav Shatan a whole lot. He's a pretty good player. But you had guys like Mike Pekka, and Brian Holzinger, and Dixon Ward. I mean, these guys were basically AHLers who, they're good players, but in a system they become very good, and that's what they had. So, anyway, so I kind of got off track there because I saw the comment about it. So, yeah, we're gonna reshovel this, and we're gonna get back. I don't know, what is this doing here. Let's just take a second here to do that, and to do Oh, the best laid plans of mice and men. There. Oh, yeah. You guys. I just wanted to take a look at the schedule. So we got a C tier tournament coming up. Old Miss Tourney, sponsored by Lit Energy from Country Club of Jackson, Mississippi. That's a new event, and so you see last year's winner of the Carolina Open was Yun Lee Song, but I have to update that soon. And then we're gonna have the Colonial Challenge, so that's gonna be down in the deep in the heart of Texas there, and we go on a little bit of a Texas swing before we hit out west for Vegas for a new tournament at Blackjack Golf Club called the Titmouse Sin City Classic. Titmouse is a fictional lingerie company, so they're a new brand. Yeah. So and then we'll have the American Open at Torrey Pines. So that's what the next few weeks are going to hold. And then we'll get down after that. We do Minnesota. We reshuffle again, then out to the Dobies Michigan Mash. We do the Mash, the Michigan Mash, and then we'll do pay homage to Jack Nicklaus at the Golden Bear Classic, and on and on. The championship of the UK will be at Royal St. George. Royal St. George. Georges. That would be if it was in France. So, in any regard, I'm going to go ahead and close it down here. We're heading towards noon. Well, it's not your bad there, Larry. It's fine. I was kind of just riffing and just talking about sports. It's okay. It looks a little dark. I don't know. It's weird. I can't tell. Like, you get two screens here. I have my main laptop screen. It looks brighter. On this auxiliary screen I have, it looks like significantly darker, and so I don't know which is which. And you guys might not know either. Maybe I'll do a quick video. Larry says about see the results of the reshuffle. Yeah, maybe I'll do a quick video later in the week once I get that all sorted out, and just to show you how that how that is done or takes place, or what the ultimate where the rubber meets the road is, the bare bones. This is what it means. I kind of explained it a little bit, but it's just mostly just to try and help the players who are trying to keep the tour cards that they just earned off of the Slacker Tour, to give them a better chance of competing with the other guys, and ultimately to maybe win tournaments. Zelderloo is going to win one of these, if not this year, probably next year. We'll see if I get through a full season before the next set comes out. If so, I'll probably just, I don't know. We'll see. I might wait until the next set comes out. I might morph them myself. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Have a great day. I hope you get to watch some college football, some hockey. You go out and mow the lawn, go out and party, whatever. Enjoy life. We're only getting to do this once, as far as I can tell, and every day that goes by, we're pissing it away if we don't go and live it. So live it, have fun, and play some games and enjoy. See you soon.